Hey there. So today I'm talking about WordPress versus Squarespace, right? One of the questions that I get asked the most is which one should I be building my website in? Every developer usually has their preference, right? Either they really like one or they really like the other. I love the fact that a lot of developers specialize in a specific one because that ensures that you're really talking to somebody who is an expert in that particular CMS or content management system. But my answer to this question is a little bit different. When people ask me which one should my website be in, my first question to them is, what is the goal of your website? Okay, if you want to lay a foundation that will let you put a ton of bells and whistles onto the site, customize just about everything that you can, and not really be limited in what your capabilities can be and your functionality and your design, then WordPress is a really good option for you. This does require that you either have development knowledge or that you're working with a skilled developer to make sure that nothing goes wrong, that you get the exact functionality that you're looking for, and that your website is set up on the back end from a technical perspective in a way that will ensure that you're showing up in the search rankings and any previously existing sites are redirected to the right spot. The last thing you want is for someone to Google your business or be looking for one of the services you offer, end up on your old page that is then broken or doesn't match the current brand that you have out there. So when do you use Squarespace? You're looking for a very easy to use, clean design and simple website and more of a portfolio for your website than anything else. Squarespace is a really solid option, right? It's a great way to kind of make a digital business card for what it is that you do and who you are, and then showcase a portfolio, right? Whether that's the events you've been planning, photos that you've taken. There is some customization that you can do with the CSS, which is the cascading style sheet, and that's kind of the headlines. What color do you want all of your main headlines to be, right? What colors and size do you want their subheadlines to be, or your pull quotes? There is some customization that you can do within Squarespace, and once you learn how to use the program, it is pretty easy to make those changes yourself. You can also utilize Squarespace if you have an e-commerce aspect to your site, right? A simple e-commerce aspect. The reason that I tend to recommend WordPress to the majority of my clients is the fact that websites are constantly changing, right? And brands need to be updated. It's a lot easier when you have the right foundation to build upon what is there than to have to start over from scratch every year or every couple of years when you realize, hey, I want more functionality. Oh, but the theme I'm using limits that, right? So I always try and talk to my clients and even a lot of prospects, right? If you come up to me at an event or just reach out to me on the website, this is the same information that I provide to you as I do to those that are paying clients of DCM Communications. And that is, you really need to think about kind of what is that 5-year plan for your company? What is the 10-year plan? When you see where it is that you want to go, a good consultant and website developer is going to be able to give you better advice now so that you have the right foundation to set you up for that. Okay. So this goes back to being an entrepreneur in general, right? Make sure you understand where you want your business to go and then put those systems in place now. It's a lot easier to then scale your site and scale your business rather than having to start over from scratch because you need to rebuild in another management program, right? This is also, of course, going to be the more economically efficient path so that every couple of years you're not completely reinvesting in all of the design work and the copywriting and everything from scratch that you did when you first launched your website. Okay, so the answer as to whether or not you use WordPress, you use Squarespace is what is the goal for your site? After you solidify what that is, then you should be talking to website developers about how they can do it the best for you. Okay, I've worked in WordPress, I've worked in Squarespace. Different clients require different development and different goals, right? This also factors into the budget, okay? So all those things kind of go into what it takes to make a quote, but you really should be talking to the developers that you're interested in working with and not just asking what they specialize in, but also why do they recommend that for your business, okay? Make sure that you're working with somebody who really understands what your goals are. And if they don't, and they're not even asking you questions about the goals for your site and where you see your business going, that might not be the right consultant for you to work with. Okay? Let me know if you have questions. You can always reach out to me about this on the website, on social media, at DCM Communications on Instagram, on Facebook, or at Channing Muller, which is my personal Instagram, and I'd be happy to talk to you.